But he said, keep it simple. He said, the more polished you try to make it look, the more mistakes people are going to find. He said, keep it simple.
And speaking of keeping things simple, I really have to give myself credit. This vlog is one of my favorite collaborations that I've ever done. It's with my new friend Cliff, but I didn't realize that when I had positioned the frame for the interview, the knob for the top of one of his French presses happened to land right on top of his face, like smack dab bullseye, and it's like that for the entire interview. So that's why I just wanted to give you a disclaimer that I know that, I see it, and I hope you don't let it detract from the interview, because Cliff really has an awesome story to share that I learned a lot from, and I think you guys would really enjoy. So check it out. Isn't Cliff like one of the most, you're so passionate, you know that? Like seriously.
It's caffeine.
Hi everybody, Heather here, and I'm documenting my entrepreneurial journey and helping people share their stories and spark their potential. Today I'm super excited because Cliff is actually going to be my first feature of a business here in the greater Coachella Valley.
Yay!
First one.
Cliff Young, the Roastmaster General. I am the owner, the founder of Coachella Valley Coffee, which is a new company here in the Coachella Valley, but I've actually been roasting for about 24 years. One afternoon I walked up to a Kaiser Permanente right behind my KFC, and I saw a little coffee cart out on the sidewalk. I go, well, this is interesting. Look at that line of people. And I started talking to the owner, who's still one of my close friends. And 6 months later, I opened a coffee cart at Kaiser.
Wow.
I said, gosh, if this cart can do $150 a day, I'll be fine.
Good.
I will be fine. Well, the first year it did about $160,000. And then I opened a cart in Kaiser Riverside, Kaiser West LA, Kaiser Anaheim Hills. So
talk about expansion.
I opened 6 of them in a year and a half, and then we did a freestanding coffee house in Redlands called Grounds for Enjoyment.
Wow, this is so cool.
My inside work area, and I also am playing around with some different cold brew coffee. These are my greens, and it really does. It's a green tea. We're going to try some Ethiopians.
What do you think is the biggest difference between being an employee and being an entrepreneur?
Stress. I'll be up till 1:30 in the morning.
That's the thing.
Doing my social media stuff, and I know the employees are home in bed, or I'll see them on Facebook, they're out to dinner. I'm not. I am figuring out what I need to do. What's my next step? I never rest. I am never happy. That I got this new restaurant. There's always another one. And I have this weird philosophy. I need to make more money, because the more money I make, the more I can take care of other people. I get joy. I get satisfaction out of being able to help other people succeed.
So you weigh the coffee.
Zero it out. Yeah, it needs a certain amount. And then we're going to take water that's been boiling about 10 seconds off the boil. That means it stopped boiling about 10 seconds ago. Fill this thing up. Set my timer for 4 minutes. Boom, done. Now we'll come over to here.
What stands out about you, for me, is that you don't sit on anything.
No.
So like right when you heard, oh, they need coffee or whatever, you just jump on it right away. You make the call, you figure out how you need to connect with them, and you just go.
You don't sit on anything because you can lose it. I lost everything in 2002. There was a company out of Sacramento that had heard about all my locations, and then we were doing about $2.5 million a year, and they had 20-something locations doing about $1.5 million. They said, we will make you president and CEO of the company, merge with us, and we will give you, it was millions of dollars in restricted stock. So I said, gosh, my kids will be taken care of. I have a lot of money. But I knew, I said, gosh, there's just something wrong here. But you know what, this is the one that go, no, take the money. So I signed it. I was president and CEO of a company. After about a month, I go, something's wrong here. Because I gave them my company cash free because I didn't want to hurt my new company. And their stock went from 7 cents to $1.50. So a lot of people were making a lot of money, but of course not me. Because everything I had was restricted. So I went up and I started looking through their files, and then I called one of my friends who's a stockbroker, and he said, it's a pump and dump. which means they're all about press releases, put out pretty press releases, stock price goes up, everybody around makes money, all the insiders. I said, oh, so I called the board of directors. I was on the board. I said, they can't do anything to me. Wrong. I was suspended, a week later fired.
Oh my God.
And they had all my locations. They had everything. Everything was in their name. I felt sorry for myself for about 6 months. I mean, I was disappointed in myself. I was really sad that I thought, oh my God, my kids are going to live on the streets now. But a couple of my friends and I opened another coffee house in Redlands. They didn't have my name, so we put Grounds for Enjoyment. In the city of Redlands, it was like they all got on a bus and came over. It was packed. They go, Cliff's back, Cliff's back. And I said, I will never take a customer for granted again either. This is the vacuum pot, scary looking thing. Secret to this is hot water. A lot of people will start this with cold water. It'll take 10 minutes to brew. And this is 21 grams. So this water's gonna boil. It's gonna come up into here, soak through the coffee, soak back down.
What would you tell yourself, like, at the beginning, maybe?
Take the chance. I should have done this in my 20s instead of waiting till I was in my late 30s to start this coffee thing. Yeah, because I'd always thought about it, you know. Yeah, it's scary, but it's all up here. So what if you fail?
Yeah.
You go on to something else.
Yeah.
So what if you
I
fail?
know. What's the worst that's going to happen?
You're going to fail, but you tried.
Yeah.
The worst thing would be laying there on your deathbed going, I wish I would have done that. I should have, you know what? I've done it. I've done stupid things. But look, I executive producer for an album in Hawaii that charted. What do I know about records? Nothing, but by God, I did it. I think if you do it with the right motive, with the right attitude, with the right, I don't want to get corny, but there's a lot of love behind.
Yeah, I get it. It's like passion.
Passion, or, you know, my new saying is be obsessed or be average.
It's a good one.
And I might be obsessed about coffee, but...
Can you tell?
Can you tell? I love everything about it. I love the farmers I get to deal with. I love the schools that I get to help down there. I love sitting down. I can have good coffee anywhere. I love sitting and talking with people, but this is one of the few products where you can just sit with people and
enjoy it. Yeah.
So whatever business you decide to do, and for years I would tell people, it doesn't matter if you're selling toilet paper. If you are excited about it and love what you do it.
Yeah.
This life's going to be good.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
But as far as mouthfeel, that's a good morning coffee.
That is. That's terrific.
That's a good morning coffee.
Okay, yeah. Because I'm just running off of my Dunkin' Donuts bag.
You poor thing. I do a couple of different blends, and blends are really like layered cakes. So I always start with a great base, which is usually Colombian, Costa Ricans because they're very bright and they move flavors around. Guatemalan because they have naturally a little extra sucrose in the beans, so it's a sweet coffee. And then if I'm doing an espresso, like these Ethiopians because they throw in a little bit of that berry. I always tell people it doesn't matter where you're buying your coffee. I would like you to buy it from CoachellaValleyCoffee.com, but if you don't, just find a local roaster that's there for the right reason.
Yeah.
That's supporting where he gets the coffee from.
Yeah.
His local community and is obsessed with coffee.
Thank you so much for this entire experience. It's been so much fun. And I've learned so much about coffee. I have a new appreciation. I have to drink my coffee every morning, not because I need it, but I love how it wakes me up. But this is like, oh my gosh, what a beautiful thing to wake up to.
Isn't it?
If you tasted this coffee, I feel like everyone would be obsessed with coffee.
Yeah, people.
It's good.
Well, I don't like coffee, so you just haven't had good coffee. 10 or 20 years when this one is over, I just want to grin and go, I did all right. And there'll be a lot of people go, who the heck was he? But there'll be some who go, he was a good guy.
That's so cool. I love it. I'll be one of those people. I'll tell you that right now.